Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Treasures of History, where we uncover the hidden mysteries of lost civilizations and dive deep into the secrets that shaped our world. I'm your archaeological guide, ready to take you on another mind-bending journey through the Crovididoters Sir, Dinkordiahan Baker, Soper Tur, Sainbord, Sobinets, I Subden, Saden Vat Stobendine, B. Aimduan. Today's discovery will challenge everything you thought you knew about one of history's most enigmatic figures. We're talking about Cleopatra VII, the last queen of ancient Egypt, whose tomb has eluded archaeologists and treasure hunters for over 2,000 years. Before we unveil these incredible revelations, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the ancient mysteries we're about to reveal. Phase 1. The Ancient Puzzle. Picture this. August 30th, 30 BC. The Roman general Octavian stands victorious in Alexandria. Inside the royal palace, Egypt's last pharaoh, Cleopatra, has just taken her own life. Her lover, Mark Antony, lies dead beside her. But here's the mystery that has baffled archaeologists for centuries. Where exactly did they bury the most powerful woman of the ancient world? The Greek historian Plutarch, writing more than a century after her death, left us our first clue. He tells us that Octavian allowed Cleopatra and Mark Antony to be buried together in a completed tomb somewhere near a temple of Isis, but he doesn't tell us where. This single whisper from the past has launched countless expeditions, spawned dozens of theories, and consumed entire careers. Phase 2. The False Trails. For centuries, treasure seekers and scholars alike have chased shadows across Egypt. Let's explore the theories that led nowhere. The sunken palace theory. Many believed Alexandria itself must hold the answer. After all, it was her royal city, her seat of power. Early explorers combed the beaches, swept the bays, hoping to glimpse stone sarcophagi or inscribed mausoleums. But here's what they didn't know. Alexandria has been literally sinking for 2,000 years. Earthquakes, coastal subsidence, and the relentless Mediterranean waves have swallowed entire neighborhoods. Modern underwater archaeology, including groundbreaking work by Frank Gaudio, has revealed submerged quarters and fragments of the ancient harbor palace. These discoveries prove that parts of Cleopatra's world now lie beneath the sea and silt. Yet despite finding statues, columns, and even partial temple facades, no one discovered a confirmed royal tomb. No intact coffin. No bold inscription declaring, "Here lies Cleopatra." The desert cache theory. Others looked inland, scanning temple sites outside Alexandria. They searched for places matching the queen's religious affiliations, her cult worship, her political symbolism. But every candidate faced serious problems: wrong dating, incorrect alignment, no royal markers, or simply belonging to someone else entirely. The puzzle seemed unsolvable. Phase 3. Enter the detective. Now here's where our story takes an incredible turn. In 2005, a lawyer from the Dominican Republic named Dr. Kathleen Martinez made a decision that would change her life forever. Without the weight of traditional Egyptology training but armed with deep personal conviction and countless hours studying classical texts, geological maps, and comparative temple sites, she entered the hunt. Martinez wasn't just another treasure hunter, she was a detective with a theory. She reread Plutarch's hints about a temple of Isis. She charted more than 20 candidate locations, and gradually she narrowed her search to one site that combined proximity, sacred resonance, and architectural potential. The ruins, known as Taposiris Magna, located 25 miles west of Alexandria. Phase 4. The Sacred Site. Let me paint you a picture of Taposiris Magna. Imagine standing before an ancient temple complex dedicated to Isis, the Egyptian goddess of magic, motherhood, and resurrection. The desert wind whispers through broken columns. Beneath your feet lie 2,000 years of secrets. Martinez believed that Alexandria itself, struck by earthquakes and subsidence, might be too compromised, too changed by centuries of urban growth, wave erosion, and sedimentation. But a more stable location dedicated to Isis, and connected to the Ptolemaic religious world, might hide the queen's tomb under more manageable soil. And here's the fascinating connection. Cleopatra identified herself with Isis throughout her life. Coins and portraits sometimes depict her as the goddess incarnate. If she were planning her final resting place, wouldn't she choose a sacred sanctuary, a shrine, rather than a palace crypt? The logic was beautiful, but proving it would take decades. Phase 5. The excavation begins. Martinez and her team began systematic excavations at Taposiris Magna. They faced skepticism, limited funding, bureaucratic constraints, and the sheer difficulty of exploring rituals and stones older than written memory. In the early seasons, some trenches yielded little. But, gradually, the site revealed tantalizing clues. Discovery 1. The noble burials. They found Greco-Roman burials, vaulted coffins, columns, and tombs whose orientation suggested ritual priorities. Some mummies bore gilded tongue coverings, an ancient custom believed to help the deceased speak in the afterlife. Discovery 2. The royal connections. They discovered coins bearing Cleopatra's image, statues and busts, pottery, and ritual artifacts associated with Isis. Complex layers indicated use throughout the Ptolemaic era and beyond. Discovery 3. The sacred alignment. Some tombs aligned to face the temple structure of Isis itself, as if worship and burial were intertwined in ritual geometry. But here's what's incredible. Martinez's team interpreted these as signs that Taposiris was more than just a regional shrine. It was a living temple, a center of worship, and a cemetery of prestigious standing. The breakthrough. Now pay attention, because what happened next will absolutely blow your mind. The underground tunnel. In 2022, the team announced a tunnel extending approximately 1,305 meters beneath the temple complex, heading toward the sea. They speculated this underground passage might have been used to transport remains or sacred goods, bypassing visible terrain or Roman surveillance. Could this tunnel have hidden Cleopatra's body from prying eyes? The possibility sparked new hope. The foundation deposits. Then, more recently, Martinez's expedition uncovered what she calls foundation deposits, or foundation tablets at the corners of the Isis temple within Taposiris Magna. Let me explain what these are. Ceremonial objects placed in the ground when a building was established, often inscribed or consecrated to the gods, intended to sanctify the construction. Think of them as ancient cornerstone ceremonies. And here's the game changer. According to Martinez's publications and interviews, these foundation deposits bear texts and symbolism explicitly linking the temple to Isis, invoking divine favor, and identifying the area as sacred to the goddess. Phase 7. The stunning connection. Now, let's connect the dots, fellow archaeological detectives. Martinez argues that these tablets embody a spiritual claim that the temple complex belongs to Isis, and therefore is the appropriate resting place for someone intimately connected to that cult. Since Cleopatra bound her identity to Isis during her life, the presence of these foundation markers really strengthens the argument that this temple was chosen for her burial. But it gets even better. The discovery of foundation deposits suggests something crucial: a tomb opening in that area. Disturbed masonry, stonework, and underground chambers near the tablets could correspond to a crypt placed at the founding axis of the temple. In Martinez's interpretation, these facades and the alignment of openings suggest a hidden passage or chamber awaiting full excavation. She insists these inscriptions and layout form more than mere coincidence. They reflect an intentional association between the cult of Isis and Cleopatra's funerary ambitions. Now, in the spirit of true archaeological investigation, we must acknowledge the debate. Critics point out that many discoveries could apply to nobles or priests, not the queen herself. Some argue that burial inside temples was rare or even taboo in Egyptian tradition. Others suggest the Romans would never allow such a sacred resting place. Still others maintain that Alexandria, despite its complications, remains the most likely location. This is the beauty of archaeology, fellow explorers. The debate continues, the evidence accumulates, and the truth slowly emerges from the sand. So here's where this incredible journey has brought us. The quest passed through many stages, from classical hints to submerged ruins, from temple shadows to geophysical anomalies, from noble tombs to gilded mummies, from tunnel hypotheses to foundation inscriptions. The search hasn't yet yielded the queen's remains, but it has revealed a profound, multi-layered narrative. Cleopatra as goddess queen, the cult of Isis as her spiritual mirror, and a temple site that seems, piece by piece, to mirror the shape of a royal sanctuary, not just a funerary site. Martinez's work now stands as one of the most focused and sustained efforts in the modern era to achieve the ancient dream of finding Cleopatra's tomb. The foundation tablets and the tomb opening she proposes may represent the most tangible evidence yet. They indicate the temple truly belongs to Isis, that its infrastructure holds more than just ritual debris, and that the tomb, by virtue of symbolic resonance, might indeed be hers. Fellow time travelers, we stand at the threshold of one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. Will future excavations prove that Cleopatra lies in that crypt, or somewhere deeper still? Only time and careful scientific work will tell, but think about what we've discovered today. We've traced a journey spanning 2,000 years, following clues from ancient historians, through underwater ruins, across desert temples, down hidden tunnels, to foundation tablets that may finally point the way to history's most famous lost queen. This is why we explore. This is why we dig. This is why we never stop asking questions. What do you think, ancient seekers? Does Taposiris Magna hold the answer? Or does Cleopatra's tomb still lie, hidden beneath the waves of Alexandria? Share your theories in the comments below. And remember, if you loved this archaeological adventure, make sure you're subscribed to Treasures of History. Hit that bell icon so you never miss our next expedition into the past. In our next episode, we'll be traveling to the jungles of Central America to uncover the shocking secrets of a lost Mayan city that's rewriting everything we know about ancient astronomy.